Hello and a very, very good morning to you. So I've got a bit of an exciting day ahead. So you ready for this? I'm currently at Crewe and my task for today is to go from here to Llandudno. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do quite a lot of videos out of this. So I'm going to explore the North Wales coastline and also the Llandudno branch line. So in terms of stops, I'm going to go from here to Chester, then on to Rhyl, Abergele and Pensan, Colwyn Bay, Llandudno Junction, the Gamwe, and onto Llandudno. So my Welsh pronunciation needs to be top notch today, but I'm looking forward to this. This is uncharted territory for me. Never ever been up these ways before. Obviously been to Crewe a couple of times now, so I'm really looking forward to this. So the sun's shining, I'm in a great mood for it, and let's get it done. So come with me for the journey. So this episode is going to be from Crewe to Chester, and then we will do the rest of the episode there as we usually do. You know the format of my videos by now, so enjoy it and welcome back to Down the Line. So my service to Chester is here behind me on platform 9, a class 197. Very excited because I've never ever been on one of these before. They sound very much like the 195s. I mean, they're made by the same company, CAF, so I guess that's why. But on to Chester, and I'll show you the journey, and I will see you there.
With 2 minutes to spare, I boarded my train to start my North Wales adventure. And of course, on this route, I had to film us going past the Crewe Heritage Centre. And if you haven't been here, then I highly recommend it.
So here we are at Chester. So that wasn't a bad journey, to be fair. However, the train was incredibly packed, so standing all the way. I probably could do with a 3-car of one of them for that particular journey, I find, but it depends on what time of day. I know that there are some festivals around this area today, might be why. But yeah, so welcome to Chester. Never ever been here before, and this is a very charming station. I really like it. It's got characteristics of Crewe, you know, like with the way it's been designed. So yeah, I'm gonna have a little look around. I can already see there's some sidings with some 175s, got 150 behind me, and we'll touch on that as well. I want to make a separate point on them, well, northern than the line that it goes on. So yeah, welcome to Chester. So let's have a little look around and do what we always do.
Chester Station has always been a station of interest for me to come and visit. Although it just so happened that this was filmed on the day Flying Scotsman was due to arrive on its tour from London Euston. But due to my plans for the day, it meant that I would completely miss out. My own fault, I'd guess.
Okay, so a bit about Chester. So the station opened in 1848, and you'll find that that date has a very common theme with my journey as a whole. So over the next few episodes, you will hear that crop up a lot. And in platforms 7, it's owned by Network Rail, but it is managed by Transport for Wales. Don't know why they don't just manage it anyway. But nonetheless, so in terms of services, you've got Transport for Wales, you've got Avanti come here, you've got Northern, and also Merseyrail, which makes your journeys quite broad. You can go over to Holyhead, you can go back to Crewe, you can go down to London Euston, Shrewsbury even, Wrexham, you know. Being Transport for Wales here, there's a clue there, it's a gateway to Wales. But yeah, also Manchester Piccadilly. So there is plenty to go on from here, like around the north, and even access down to the south. And as I said just before, it's a very good station, this, and it is giving very historic vibes, if I can call it that. You know, it's really, really cool. We will dive into the history in a bit. I just want to have a little walk around, see a bit more, because I'm only on this one platform, so I want to go over there. I think there's a footbridge to take me across, go over that, and then see a bit more and delve into the history before, you know, we carry on, because I think my train is at 24 past, so it gives me about 40 minutes, so not long. I've got a lot to cram in today, so I will say this now: there are stations that will be left out, which will be Flint, Shotton and Prestatyn. So there are not enough hours in the day for me to go all the way up from Milton Keynes to do them all to Llandudno, so I've had to exclude a few. I hope you don't mind, but as I've said before with other journeys, it gives me all the more reason to come back and do them. So nevertheless, let's have a little more of a mooch.
The more I looked around, the more I could make out the hints of the past, and upon reading about the station before my visit, I had to pop outside and have a look at the station's Italianate-styled building, which was designed by the architect Francis Thompson, and it even had some contributions from some very famous engineers, such as Robert Stevenson, as well as a couple of hotels, to really give it that railway history feel.
So I don't know if you can see, but just behind me, I don't know if you can see that, there's a bit of a depot with some of the 197s, Transport for Wales stationery there. So there was more than I thought would be at Chester. I didn't think it would be this big, if I'm honest. I just went outside to have a look at the station front, and as you saw in one of the clips, it looks fantastic. There's a couple of hotels out there, and as we have discussed before, hotels and railways back in the late 1800s and early 1900s go hand in hand, as it's what made certain areas prosper with their local economies. But yeah, so as we've touched on with late 1800s, early 1900s, now is a very accurate time to touch on with the historical side of Chester.
Back in 1875, the station was renamed as Chester General to distinguish it from the other station known as Chester Northgate. That was until the latter was closed in 1969 as a result of the beaching cuts, and this station reverted back to just Chester. At one point, the station had more than 200 trains calling every day, as well as plenty of freight. It also went through a £10 million regeneration scheme known as the Chester Renaissance Programme, which completed in 2007. And not only that, Chester is listed at Grade 2 star listed, making it one of only 22 railway stations to hold Grade 1 or 2 star listed status.
It is a very, very sunny day, and this is what is going to make today all the more better. So I'll be going, like I said, along the coast near the beaches. So weather like this, timed it to perfection. So there will be a bit of squinting as well. But I do want to give a mention to the 150 that I mentioned. So operated by Northern, so that runs on the mid-Cheshire line, which goes to Manchester Piccadilly. So it goes up towards through places like Knutsford, Stockport, and also to mention Delamere, which is obviously a stopping point for Delamere Forest. I believe it's called that. There's also a path from Delamere to here, so you can actually walk. I wouldn't like to do that. I think it's about 50 miles up to Manchester Piccadilly. But also, as you can obviously know, going to places like Manchester Piccadilly opens it up to two of my favourite lines, the Buxton and the Hope Valley. So, shall I move here? Shall I? I don't know. Easy access rather than coming all the way out from Milton Keynes. I started my journey at 6:30 this morning. Not fun, not fun. Very, very tired, especially after a Monday to Friday working week. But we crack on. So yeah, that is that. And like I said, there's places I'm really enjoying my time here. It's always nice to visit somewhere different, isn't it? Right then, so I hope you have enjoyed Chester as much as I have. My service, as you've just seen, has just arrived. So I've got a couple of minutes and then we're on to Brill. Thank you very, very much. We've got a 175 just departing. But thank you very, very much for watching. And I will see you at the next station as we go down the line. I had to shout for that one.